Brandon Wexler is with us, owner of Wex Gunworks. Brandon, forgive me for being blunt, but banks need accounts. They need business accounts like yours. Is there anything you guys did that Wells Fargo go, I'm not so sure about this. We're not going to take a risk?
No, not at all. We transacted business like any other business does via merchant services, cash and checks, made deposits, paid sales tax, very, very generic, normal business practices.
All right. So banks need business accounts. Banks are in the business of making money. Why would they terminate an account that has been in good standing and by your statements here has followed all the rules for 14 years?
That's a big surprise to me as well. One day I walked into the bank to make a deposit and they said, your accounts are going closed. And I called a number, spoke with Wells Fargo, and the only reason they would give me was it was a business decision, and that was it. Everything was in good standing, no problems, no issues.
So I just have to ask, no bounced checks, no problems with your credit card accounts, nothing,
Never.
Charges of fraud because too many people were buying guns with stolen credit cards?
Never.
Okay. So
never an issue.
All right. So if it's not personal, as you guys, personal to the business, is there some problem with your business? You think it was political?
I believe it was political. I believe it is a backdoor attack. There's a gun control push. The gun business, everything is done very legally. Background checks are done on every gun purchase. I believe that the gun control, nothing was getting done. So they were going to take a backdoor approach via social media, shutting down accounts, and now Wells Fargo, which I was in complete shock when I did go into the bank and when I did call the number. And they said, sir, this is a business decision. That's the only thing we have to tell you.
I think about what we've seen over the past year or so as it relates to financial services and gun stores. There was the push last year to make a separate code for firearms transactions in credit card purchases. And so something the gun control folks loved. If they can backdoor restrictions on gun rights, think whatever you want of gun rights, but if you can sort of get around the Constitution by pressuring financial institutions in that way, is any right safe?
I don't think any right is safe. I truly don't. They are, again, we'll go with the backdoor tactics. They're saying if we can't get any gun control that the current administration has, that we're going to go backdoor. And if a business cannot transact financially, then there is no business.
Yeah, I keep getting back though to the bank CEOs, right? They're in the business of making money. You're giving them money. You're giving them business. They've got your money to loan out. There's all sorts of transaction fees, on and on and on and on. What are the banks getting? What is Wells Fargo's CEO getting by canceling accounts like yours?
I don't know. I just think that they're getting pressure from our government saying, do not do business with certain types of businesses because the current administration is pushing the gun control issue.
I'm reminded of this in reverse, at least politically, right, with the marijuana businesses who for so long couldn't get banking services in places like Colorado and Washington State because of the federal laws outlawing marijuana. So you've got both a left and a right issue, and Republicans were using the banking laws against marijuana shops on the other side. You've got a lot of friends in the gun business. Have you talked to any other gun store owners who are saying the same thing or have gotten restrictions or weird letters?
Yes. As a matter of fact, a gun store owner, another large national bank, I have heard across the country, states, Utah, Texas, North Carolina, and today in Florida. And this was via social media. They did reach out because I had mentioned, I believe that the public needs to know of these discriminatory practices against a legal business.
Yeah, well,
So yes, I have had that.
more, discriminatory. They're almost predatory, really, because if you can't bank, you can't do business in America effectively. Brandon, we really appreciate you being on and telling this story. We're going to get in touch with you and get the names of some of these other businesses. We'd love to have them on as well. We appreciate you telling the story.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
After our interview with Brandon, we got this statement from Wells Fargo, quote, based on our analysis of the risk associated with this customer, we made a decision to close the accounts. Our decision is not based on the industry. They would not elaborate on what those risks were. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.